Another day, another story. The distinction between the conscious and unconscious mind is a fundamental concept in psychology and neuroscience. While there is still much to learn about how these two aspects of the mind operate, here's what is understood about determining and defining them. Welcome to Tratá-lo Eminent Channel. Conscious mind. The conscious mind refers to the thoughts, perceptions, and feelings we are actively aware of at any given moment. Characteristics: awareness. It involves direct awareness of your environment, body, and mental state. Control. It governs decision-making, reasoning, and intentional actions. Focus. It's limited in capacity, processing only a small amount of information at once. Determining conscious activity, self-reporting, asking individuals to describe their thoughts or feelings. Neuroscientific tools, techniques like EEG to observe brain activity in regions like the prefrontal cortex associated with conscious thought. Behavioral tests, reaction time experiments, or attention-focused tasks to measure conscious responses. Unconscious mind. The unconscious mind consists of thoughts, memories, and desires that exist outside of our conscious awareness but influence behavior and emotions. Characteristics: automatic. Handles processes like breathing, walking, and driving when you're not actively thinking about them. Implicit learning. Stores patterns and habits formed over time. Emotionally charged. Includes repressed memories or desires, often emphasized in Freudian psychology. Determining unconscious activity. Priming tests, exposing individuals to stimuli, for example, images or words, that influence their behavior or decisions without them being aware. Implicit association tests, IAT, measuring automatic associations that reveal unconscious biases. Neuroscientific evidence, examining brain areas like the limbic system or basal ganglia, which are more involved in automatic, unconscious processes. Dream analysis. In psychoanalytic theory, dreams are believed to be a window into the unconscious mind. Modern approaches. Recent research blends psychological theories with neuroscience to understand these processes better. Dual process theory suggests that the mind operates with two systems, one fast, automatic, and unconscious, system 1, and the other slow, deliberate, and conscious, system 2. Dynamic view. Conscious and unconscious processes often work together rather than being strictly separated. The mirror of the mind. Amara was an ambitious neuroscientist known for her groundbreaking research on the human brain. She believed the conscious and unconscious minds were like two halves of a vast ocean, one visible, sparkling under the sunlight, and the other hidden, deep and mysterious. One day, Amara stumbled upon an ancient artifact called the Mirror of Selene in an obscure library. The legend said it could reveal the inner workings of the mind. Intrigued, she brought it back to her lab for study. The mirror was strange. It didn't reflect her appearance as a typical mirror would. Instead, when she stared into it, vivid images of her life played out before her, some memories she recognized, while others felt foreign and unsettling. The conscious mind. At first, the mirror showed Amara's day-to-day life, her morning routine of sipping coffee, her lectures at the university, the way she meticulously recorded every experiment. These were all things she was fully aware of, her conscious mind at work. She smiled, reassured by the familiarity of these reflections. But then, the mirror began to shift. The unconscious mind. The scenes became murkier, as if she were peering into foggy water. Amara saw herself as a child, crying after her parents' arguments. She hadn't thought of those moments in years. She watched herself avoiding a colleague, suddenly realizing she'd always felt intimidated by their criticism, a truth she had buried. Finally, the mirror showed a recurring dream, running through a forest, chased by a shadow she could never escape. These weren't just memories, they were the whispers of her unconscious mind, influencing her decisions and fears without her awareness. A shocking revelation. Amara became obsessed. Night after night, she gazed into the mirror, trying to untangle the hidden threads of her psyche. She began to realize that her unconscious mind, though invisible, was a powerful force shaping her life. Her fear of failure, her perfectionism, her hesitations, they all stemmed from deep, unexamined emotions. But the more she stared, the darker the mirror's visions became. One night, she saw herself in the future, older, isolated, consumed by her work. The shadow from her dreams stood beside her, whispering, "You chose this." The turning point terrified, Amara put the mirror away. For weeks, she avoided it, instead focusing on meditating and journaling, tools to bridge the gap between her conscious and unconscious mind. She learned to listen to her inner voice without fear. When she finally looked into the mirror again, she saw a balance, her conscious choices aligning with the deeper truths of her unconscious mind. For the first time, she felt whole. Amara went on to publish a book called The Ocean Within, exploring how understanding the unconscious mind can empower us to live with intention. The mirror remained on her desk, a reminder of the harmony between light and shadow. A dreamer's quest. Lena was a dreamer, a painter who often felt she was chasing shadows in her own mind. Her art was vivid yet unsettling, filled with symbols she didn't understand, an open door, a cracked mirror, and a faceless figure holding a lantern. One night, Lena had a recurring dream that felt unbearably real. She was standing at the edge of the whispering woods, a voice in her mind urging her to enter. When she woke up, her hands trembled as she painted what she saw, a golden path winding through the trees, leading to a glowing heart at the forest's center. Unable to shake the dream, Lena decided to explore the woods, armed with only her sketchbook and her curiosity. The hidden shadows. As Lena ventured deeper, the forest seemed to respond to her emotions. When she felt calm, the golden path reappeared, guiding her forward. At one point, she came across a pond that reflected not her appearance but her memories. She saw moments she had buried long ago, the time she abandoned her dream of becoming a musician because someone laughed at her first performance. The lantern bearer. As Lena reached the heart of the forest, she saw the faceless figure from her dreams. It held a lantern, its light illuminating the glowing heart of the woods, a massive tree pulsing with golden energy. "Who are you?" Lena asked, her voice trembling. The figure's voice echoed in her mind, "I am you. The part you hide, the part you fear. But I am also the part that can guide you, if you let me." The figure offered her the lantern. Lena hesitated but then took it. The moment her fingers touched the handle, the figure dissolved, and the light of the lantern flowed into her chest. A new beginning. Lena emerged from the forest at dawn, forever changed. She realized that the whispers and visions weren't supernatural, they were messages from her unconscious mind, urging her to confront her deepest fears and desires. Back in her studio, her art transformed. The open door in her paintings now led to radiant landscapes. The cracked mirror became whole, and the faceless figure gained Lena's features, holding the lantern that now symbolized her inner light. The villagers noticed the change in her. Lena's confidence, warmth, and creativity inspired others to face their own fears. Though no one else dared enter the Whispering Woods, Lena knew its secret: the forest was not a place to fear but a mirror of the soul. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.